does that feel good? All these weeks of pain, all these weeks of torment, all these weeks of borderline depression over this team. But every now and then, they prove me wrong, they prove all the other doubters wrong, they shut us up, and they show us that they could be a competent football team. That right there, in my Giants career, I don't remember all the games, but that was our best performance in 3 seasons. The last time we played that collectively well was the 2022 playoff game versus the Vikings. We have not played a good football game in 3 seasons. I'm sure we've had wins here or there, but none of them were this good. The mistakes were minimal and the plays were plenty. And what's crazy is we did all that without Malik Neighbors and without Darius Slade, who I'm sure a lot of you don't even remember is on the team. But yes, he's still on the team. And Lil Jordan Humphreys, he did drop a pass, a potential touchdown pass, but he did make a really good jump ball catch. If we could just develop him more, he can be an actual outside threat. And if that's the case, we'll have to give Joe Schoen's flowers. Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll, they're going to get a lot of flowers today because this win, in my Giants career, this might be prisoner of the moment, but can you blame me? We've been losing for a long time, guys. Outside of the 08 Super Bowl, and I guess you can count the 11 Super Bowl, but more specifically the 08 Super Bowl. That was the most improbable win I've seen the Giants pull out. I did not believe we were going to win this game at all. I had no belief. Ever since the Saints lost, I was out on this team. I said, this team just can't get it right. Even when we're supposed to win, we don't win. Something gets in the way. But it looks like the Jackson Dart experience is no fluke. That game versus the Saints was the fluke. All those strips over and over and over and over. Maybe I should be crediting the Saints defense more. I knew they weren't as bad as the record says it is, but they were still a bad team, and I felt we could have beat them, but we shot ourselves in the foot 5 times to be exact. Maybe I was a little too down on the team. After the Chargers win, granted they had a weak O-line, and the fact that we were beating the Saints if we had just simply played correctly. This, and then to beat the Eagles. Now, they didn't have Jalen Carter, and they didn't have Quinyon Mitchell. So 2 of their best defenders were out of the game. Did that make a difference? Obviously. With them on the field, it's probably a closer game. But make no mistake, even in the past, even with their best players down, we still find ways to lose these type of games, especially against the Eagles. But not tonight. Not tonight. The Giants pulled it together. Yeah. Jackson Dart, I've been told by a few people, he's a one-read quarterback. He's a one-trick pony. He can't throw. Listen, granted it was the preseason game, I saw him do plenty of throws in the preseason game. Very nice touch, very nice passes. He's been doing that ever since he came on the field, ladies and gentlemen. He's putting the ball in these players' hands, but a lot of times they drop it because we simply don't have the wide receiver core we should. Passes right in their hands, drop, 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 drop. So that's still a problem. But because of and I'm just going to go ahead and put these guys right here on the screen. Let's go ahead and give a round of applause. Round of applause. I said round of applause. Because these guys right here, these men right here, we've been killing them, rightfully so, for years. And this is the best game I've seen them play in a while. This is the best game. And they did it at times last season, but this season, this is the best I've seen them play. This offensive line got it together. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. We may have an offensive line, ladies and gentlemen. We've been waiting for this for so long. A cohesive, competent offensive line, or at least they played like that this game. They did it. I'm going to give them I don't care if Jalen Carr was out. I'm giving them their flowers. John Michael Schmitz goes out with a broken nose. I believe, looked like a broken nose. And Austin Schlottman had to come in. A little leaky, but not too bad. Held it together. And we got the win. Jackson Dart, for the most part, was kept upright. A lot of the sacks are going to be caused by him trying to scramble. It is certainly, a risk sometimes, but he's young. He has the legs. He has the movement. He has the pocket awareness. He can make it happen. And we've seen him escape many times. We have a gamer, ladies and gentlemen. And let's not forget Cam Skattebo. Cam Skattebo is a player, ladies and gentlemen. We've been killing Joe Schoen, rightfully so, for a lot of these draft picks. But the last 2 years, we got some hits. Andrew Phillips isn't the best player. I'm not saying he's the best player, but he makes plays. He's there a lot of the time. I don't hate Phillips. I think Phillips is solid, okay? I think that was a good third-round pick by Joe Schoen. Newbin, book's still out on him, but I ain't going to kill him tonight. But Cam Skattebo, Malik Neighbors, Jackson Dart, Jackson Dart, we're going to have to give that to Dable more so than Shane. But still, these draft picks, you're starting to see them affect the game. It's just beautiful. The fact that Saquon Barkley was there, the guy who once, was our best player, once was supposed to be our savior of the franchise. He's there watching our new running back absolutely bull rush people and electrify the crowd while he's sitting there with barely any yards. Saquon couldn't. In the beginning, he was getting some good runs. I don't know why they didn't keep doing that. Their OC is, But credit to Shane Bowen, he made the adjustments. Every time Saquon tried to run, the whole defense was there. He didn't get anything. We didn't let him do anything. Now, I think that was a point that the team had to make. The team had to make a point to Saquon Barkley and the Eagles. This is no hate on Saquon. But that Saquon documentary, I can't wait to watch that. Oh, boy. Yeah, man, look. It's over, Saquon. You might as well just let it go, bro. You on the Eagles. You won a Super Bowl. That's where you stay at. Don't worry about the Giants no more, because we ain't worried about you. We moving on and we're moving forward, as we should. Cam Skattebo, you are a New York Giant. Now, Jalin Hyatt. He's here, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't seen this man on the field since week 2 versus the Cardinals in 2023. We've been looking for him for all this time, and there he is on those hitch routes, making some good catches. I think that last one he dropped, I think he actually caught that, and he did drop a pass in the end zone, so we're not going to go too crazy on Hyatt. We're still, the jury's still out on Hyatt, but it's good that he got some touches. It's good that he got some playing time. He's going to get more playing time since Neighbors is out for the rest of the season. Hopefully by the end of the season, Hallett becomes more comfortable, competent in the offense, increases his route trees, gets better releases, gets better tendencies, and becomes a better player overall. Because if we can cultivate that, we have something, ladies and gentlemen. Lil Jordan Humphreys, Theo Johnson, man. Theo Johnson's really, he's definitely put himself there in the offense. He was wasn't all the way there his rookie season, but he's definitely starting to get it now. Solid tight end one. He's there. We're not worried about Theo Johnson. Yeah, this team is starting to look like an actual football team offensively. So, without further ado, I gotta give credit where credit is due. Brian Daboll. When I'm wrong, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say I'm wrong. When I need to give credit where credit is due to someone, I will. Does that mean Brian Daboll will keep his job by the end of the season? We still might not win another game. Let's not forget, all right? But hopefully this game gave this team the confidence it needed to know that they can compete at an NFL level. So we have to give credit not just to Mike Kafka, but Brian Daboll. Jackson Dart was Brian Daboll's pick, and he made it known. He made it known that this was his decision. The front office and John Mara wanted Shedeur Sanders, and Brian Daboll said, Jackson Dart's the guy. And they listened to Brian Daboll. Now, will Shedeur end up being a worse or a better quarterback? He hasn't hit the field yet. He had a very, very bad. I mean, if we're comparing preseason games, Jackson Dart did not have a bad preseason game. Shedeur had one good one and one really bad one. And he's still, I don't even know if he's QB2 or QB3. I don't even know. But basically what I'm saying is the jury's still out on Shedeur. I need to see him in NFL action before I make a judgment on him on whether or not one was right over the other. We probably won't know for a year or two. But right now, Jackson Dart looks like he was the right decision. Now, we'll continue to watch his progression. We'll continue to watch these games. We'll continue to see if Daboll can build on this and get this team back to a winning formula. Not seen since the 22-23 season. But Brian Daboll, congrats. Congrats. I'm not going to kill you today. No Brian Daboll ending video clip. You deserve this win, man. Good job. Joe Shane, you deserve this win. Good job. John Mara. You deserve this win. I think. But anyways, I ain't going to be negative. We got this win. We're feeling good. Giants fans, we beat the Philadelphia Eagles. And oh man, did we beat them good. They quit. The last 10 minutes, they were just out there. They could stop the run. They could have got a 4-and-out. They could have forced us to punt. Maybe scored real quick because they were throwing on us. Our secondary, our defense didn't do the very, very best. We did have a pick, but the pass rush just isn't getting there. It is the Eagles' O-line. Maybe they're just good at pat, but other than Brian Burns, man, we got some pressures. There was just a lot of plays where it was just, that's it. But the defense did enough to win. I ain't going to get on them either. But the Eagles, man, the last 10 minutes, they just quit, man. And this is the second time I see them quit at our house. The other time, they were just going into the playoffs. But this one, they quit. Scatterboo was getting 10 yards a pop. They were just getting constant first downs. And then Singletary comes in and gets a 10-yard run. It's just like, Singletary? Y'all quit. The Eagles quit, man. They were just out there. They did not care. They quit. The Eagles quit. They didn't want to play football anymore. We made them quit. Wow. Yeah, I really, when the Eagles said their team was bad, listen, we all heard, I don't know if I already said this or not. If I did, I'm going to cut this out. But we thought the Eagles, listen, Eagles fans, we know how they are. They could be 4-1, 4-2, and still be ready to fire somebody. It happens every season. So I wasn't taking that noise seriously. Oh, A.J. Brown doesn't know, they don't know what's going on with the offense. He's not getting enough touches. He's reading books. Hurts, A.J. Brown, and Saquon had to make a meeting between them. Like, I didn't care about anything. I'm like, they're going to come in here and blow us out by 40 points. This is going to be their get-right game, and they're going to be off to the races. But no, the noise was real. They lost to the New York Giants, the 1-4 New York Giants. They just lost. The Super Bowl champs. Man. I love every second of it. I do, man. I don't care. I don't care, Eagles. Have a miserable season. You haven't had one in a while. Now you know how we feel. My goodness, man. Oh, man. Wow. I mean, they were making all types of errors. Kick returner couldn't catch the ball. Gillum was destroying them on that. Gillum. The first kickoff basically gifted them 3 points. But after that, Jamie Gillum, the Scottish Hammer. That guy right there. Oh my goodness, Jamie Gillum. Y'all, do y'all understand? The special teams has been our best unit this entire season. Throughout all the games. Now, minus the kicking. Because obviously Graham Gano had to get hurt. And we got Jude McAtamy, who missed the first extra point but made the other ones. I'm still not ready for that guy to kick any 40 yards or 50 yards. But that day may have to come eventually. But other than the kicking situation, Jamie Gillum has stepped up and has really, really been killing these guys with the new, kickoff rules. Just getting all these weird kicks that just get the returners out of rhythm, forcing them to start from literally the 2-yard line and just be covered. Like, the special teams have been immaculate this season outside the kicking. So, round of applause for them too. Michael Gabriel, one of the most underrated coaching hires that we've definitely gotten. He is certainly an upgrade from the last guy we had, and there is no question about that. No question. So yeah, this Giants team, all 3 phases, did enough to win this game. So, wow. Yeah, I was wrong about them. They proved me wrong, at least for this game. But let's keep it going. Let's keep the momentum. We have a very, very, very tough game coming up in 10 days against the Denver Broncos, and they will certainly, they will certainly test us in ways that we may have not been tested before yet. So, I'm not ready to jump for joy that we're all the way back. I'm just glad we beat the Eagles, and I'm going to take that and have a nice, restful night tonight. So, Giants fans, we did it. Thank you for sticking it out through all the horrible times. Every now and then we get something worth smiling about. And tonight was one of those nights. I'm blessed to be alive to see that. Deadass. I'm blessed to be alive to see that. Anyways, Y'all have a great night. Soak it in. Celebrate this night. We finally beat. And I know we beat them in 2023, but that didn't count. They were going to the playoffs. We finally beat in a legitimate one-on-one matchup with the Philadelphia Eagles. Cry, Eagles, cry. On the road to misery. Cry, Eagles, cry. I don't know the rest of the song. Okay. Good night.